Hello Gemini, Elsie here to do a reading. It is for the week ahead, Gemini. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Gemini, I am here with three oracle decks. We are going to throw down these oracles for the overall energy for the week ahead, and let's find out what the week ahead brings for you. Gemini, how you doing? I hope you're good. And I am going to talk about an extension and how you can find the extended version of this reading. If you're interested in that, I'll talk about that at the end of this video. Gemini, whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, this reading is for the week ahead. If you've been here before, you know that already. I'm always reading for the week ahead, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're brand new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. Gemini, we have life is a mystery. We have the bobcat spirit. I feel like with this, you're supposed to keep your eye on the prize. It feels like you should keep really focused. And I think that your focus is supposed to be on you, on the self here. We've got card number 8. 8 is about the self. It's about putting the hard work into something. It's also about strength. It's like have the strength to be able to keep your focus. And while life is a mystery, I feel like you can still keep your focus, keep your path, I want to say. Bobcats have great sight, right? And it does feel like you're supposed to be very focused on you, I'm going to say. We'll go to the bottom of the deck in a little bit here. I'll read the bottom of the deck as well for the future energy. Let's find out what else is going on for you, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. We have cleansing waters. We have purification activates vibrant life force. So cleansing waters. It really does feel like now is a time for you to take care of yourself. It's a purification. It feels like it is a cleansing time for you. I'm just looking here at the bottom of the deck. The flamingo spirit says embrace the in-between. So I feel like you are embracing the in-between. I think you're in between cycles right now, I want to say, because the new moon comes on the 25th of June, new moon in Cancer, new moon, new cycle, right? New chapter. And that's showing up on the 25th, but we're in that middle space where the full moon is gone, right? We've released the things and we haven't yet come to the beginning where the new cycle is starting again. So it feels like the universe is giving you this time of lull to focus on yourself, focus on your path, and focus on, cleansing the self. Purification, it says, activates vibrant life force. So I feel like you're in this sort of purification energy at this time. Tell me more about Gemini, please. One more card for Gemini, and then we'll get to the tarot. Get you more energy, more detailed energy. Tell me what else is going on for Gemini, please. We've got spiritual strength. Bottom of the deck, we have obstacles and challenges. So yes, this does, all of this energy here tells me, with the spiritual strength showing up, number 9 is the number of the hermit, tells me that it is a spiritual cleansing that you're going through at this time. So I feel like you're being given this time to focus on you, focus on your needs, to cleanse the self emotionally, because we got cleansing waters, and spiritually, because we have spiritual strength, which is hermit energy. The hermit energy is the place where we go for self, to take care of the self, right? Also, it's a little bit of the self-audit, right? Am I enough? Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough for me? Not necessarily for other people, but it's a place of connecting to our source, right? Which is really important, super important. So, as I was saying here, we have the flamingo spirit, and it says embrace the in-between. And so I feel like that's where you are right now. You're in this place where you're being given time to cleanse yourself spiritually, cleanse yourself emotionally. It feels like it's time for you to keep focus on you. Got card number 26, which is also an 8, and then we have an 8 here. Can't write that, right? So it is definitely about you putting the hard work in on self, is what it feels like in the week ahead here. Bottom of the deck, we have Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. And when healing energy flows through you, it also is you. It heals you as well. And so we do have the spiritual strength of the hermit here. And so I feel like somebody here might be trying to heal, from the past cycle or the past chapter. It feels like you are trying to learn how to alchemize healing. And you are being given this time in the in-between stage of the full moon and the new moon. You're being given this time here to do that. We've got obstacles and challenges, and so I feel like you're working out the obstacles and challenges. Next is the Passion Ignited, which is the Ace of Wands. So you are headed toward a better chapter. You are headed to an exciting, new, creative, new chapter that's showing up. But I feel like right now you might feel a little frustrated because it feels like things aren't moving very quickly or moving forward. They are, but I feel like this is a time when you're supposed to be with the self preservation. You're supposed to be healing the self and taking care of the self and doing self-care is what it feels like here. All right, tell me more about Gemini. What else do we need to know about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Tell me about Gemini, please. Tell me about Gemini. We have the Five of Swords. We have, oh, you're fighting your intuition here. I feel like the universe has been telling you it's time for you to heal for a while, but I feel like you've been doubting or fighting your intuition. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's going to require, oh, that's what it is. It feels like, Gemini, I'm speaking to someone who's not usually very vulnerable. Maybe you keep things logical, right? Maybe because you are an air sign, maybe you keep things logical. And this doesn't fit into your logic. So I feel like this is you've been fighting your intuition because intuition doesn't fit into logic. And the Four of Pentacles tells me, but if I listen to my intuition, I'm going to have to become open. I'm going to have to become vulnerable. And it's the truth. Look, if you're shut off and shut down and you can't change your mind and you won't give anybody any wiggle room, it's all chained up, right? You can see the doors are chained shut. It's like you can't if you can't be vulnerable, you can't really connect to your intuition, because intuition is vulnerability. Ultimately is what you're doing is you're listening to the universe, right? You're listening to your source, whoever that is for you. But I feel like you've been fighting the intuition I feel like you think you're supposed to be out there doing something right now, but your intuition is telling you stay home, take care of you, practice meditation. Maybe it's journaling. I don't know what it is for you, but there needs to be some sort of healing energy that you're supposed to be practicing at this time. We have the Magician. We have the Death card. And we have the Four of Cups. So we do have fours. So I feel like you are comfortable in the comfort zone. I mean, we all are. We all are comfortable in the comfort zone, right? And so I feel like there is this comfortable place of you not having to be vulnerable with people, not having to feel your feelings. Therefore, you don't get hurt. It feels like there is a magical time that's going to be showing up for you. It feels like if you can be vulnerable and stop fighting your intuition, I feel like that's when your manifestations begin to roll in. Because in order to be able to, like when we're manifesting, we're being very vulnerable with the universe, and we're being very honest and saying, this is what I really want. I'm being very honest and vulnerable with you. And so it all starts with really listening to the intuition and not fighting that. Because if you want your manifestations, I would say, with the Magician energy, if you want those manifestations, it feels like you're being very logical about it. Like, I've got all the tools, I've got all the resources, I know how to manifest, I know the words, I know what to say, I know how to sit on the prayer pillow. Like, it feels like you're caught up in the details that don't really matter at this point. And it feels like what you're missing is, I've got to be open, I've got to be vulnerable, I've got to be listening to the universe, or be open to the universe. Because I feel like what you're scared of, the reason that maybe you're not as open as you want to be, is because you're scared that, well, what if I want it and I don't get it, right? The Death card is here. We have the Four of Cups. the Four of Cups is, in order to get it, I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone. And I feel like that's the problem here. We're talking about someone who's trying to get out of the comfort zone, and the comfort zone starts with trusting your own intuition. And that means being vulnerable with the universe. And I think that's the hard part. Tell me more about this, please. So I think that's why you've been given this time by yourself right now, so you can figure it out, so you can cleanse yourself emotionally and spiritually, and hoping that that leads to a place where you're no longer fighting. It's like you know what you want with the manifestations, but you're fighting the manifestation by fighting your intuition, fighting the spiritual self. And the High Priestess is somebody who is very magical, right? Esoterical. This could be a tarot reader, a psychic. This is somebody who is communicating on another level. And so I feel at some point you don't want people to see that you communicate like that on a different level, because I think you're fighting it, because I feel like the Three of Cups, right? It feels like you're fighting it because maybe your social group wouldn't approve. If you said to them, look, I'm the alchemist and I can bring into my life whatever I want, they might just, sure, okay, Gemini. Like, I don't think that you bring it up because it doesn't seem very logical. We have the Seven of Cups. So what you need to do is cut through the confusion. And I feel that's why you're in a pause right now. You're in this pause. You're in this time of trying to get a different perspective on what to do next. It feels like this is a time of thinking, and I feel like you're supposed to embrace this in between. So the perspective, it feels like you're sticking your face out the door and looking both ways, and like, just to make sure that nothing out there is going to hurt you. Like, that's what it feels like this is with the Hanged Man and the Four Cups. It feels like you're kind of hiding your face, but you do want to be able to leave the comfort zone, to leave the Four of Pentacles and become a little more vulnerable. But I feel like this is what scares you here, the Seven of Cups. Because if you become more connected to your feelings, then it all comes pouring in. And what if you have no control over how much emotion pours in? And I feel like you want to be in control of your emotions, because the Magician is here with the Seven of Cups. So it feels like the Three of Cups here, there is the possibility of happiness, of course. But I think as long as you fight the intuition, you're fighting everything else, is what it feels like. I feel like you do want transformation. You do want to change. You want to put to sleep the old you. You do want to change. You want to be the new you. But there's something here that's holding you back. And I think it feels like it is maybe a social group, or people who may say that you think you're a little woo-woo. Like, people who like to sort of talk down about spirituality and manifestation, and people who don't have any hope, people who don't believe it, right? And so it is what it is. People are allowed to believe what they want, but it feels like you have some of these people in your life who are, maybe you hang out with a lot of very logical people, but I feel like you have a very big spiritual side. And I feel like these people don't believe in your spiritual side. And so that's why that's why you're scared to open up to it completely. But I think that you want to. I think that you want to show people your feelings. I think that you want to be more open and vulnerable, because the World card is here, and this would, to you, be a milestone. If you could just be openly emotional with people, then you wouldn't have to be in this Hanged Man energy, or this pause, or you wouldn't have to hold back. I feel like you hold back your emotions, and I feel like it all comes to this place of the Seven of Cups underneath the surface. And it feels like the High Priestess is always underneath the surface, right? Very mysterious, but I feel like you try so hard to keep your feelings underneath the surface, because I don't think you feel like you would get the approval of the people around you. Maybe they'd call you soft, or maybe they would say, oh, you're getting soft in your old age, right? It feels like kind of like that. So tell me what you want here, because life is a mystery. Then the High Priestess shows up. I feel like what you want is mystery. I feel like you're okay to explore mystery, but I just don't think that the other people around you are into that. Tell me why the Death card is here. Tell me about this, what is about to transform. I think that you just shut off your feelings when you deal with certain people because you know they're not going to be accepting of your feelings. We do have the Fool, we have the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Five of Wands. See, there's a little bit of hesitation about speaking my mind out, about speaking my mind about things that really excite me, that really make me feel like did you know there's a new moon coming on the 25th, and that's the new door, and the door is opening, the Fool is here. My tarot reader told me the Fool is here. Maybe you're a tarot reader, right? Like, it feels like you know that there's this great thing coming around the corner, and I feel like you've got clarity on it and you want to talk about it, but I feel like you hold back, like there's hesitation. So let's talk about this here. We have obstacles and challenges, we have passion ignited, and we have sacrifice that is going to lead to heartache and loss. So it does feel to me here like there is somebody who sees that there's an obstacle between them and whatever fun, exciting, passionate, new path that's here. And the obstacle is you've got to get rid of the people who are the naysayers. I'm just saying, it feels like somebody here, I'm not telling you to let go of your family or friends or your relationships, but I'm going to say that if you have to be somebody else around this group of people, around the job site, if you have to be who you're not, then really, is it worth it? Like, how high is the price that you're willing to pay? We have the Hanged Man here twice. You're not allowed to be authentic. You're not allowed to be yourself. It's like they're not allowing you to be yourself, or you feel for some reason you have to hold it under the surface. I feel like making the sacrifice, which of course is Hanged Man energy as well, that there's a temptation for you to just stay under the surface and not pay attention to your intuition and grow your gifts and all of that stuff. There's a temptation because you don't want to have to suffer the heartache and loss of losing people who don't necessarily agree with the way that you live your life. And so I feel like we should talk about that in the extended. So if you're interested in coming into the extended with us here, Gemini, we're going to talk about this because I feel like there's a lot of healing going on in the in-between here. And we're going to talk about the healing that you're going through right now and how that's going to benefit you and move you toward this energy of the High Priestess. It feels like you do want this milestone. You want the achievement. You want to close the door and change your world. It feels like you just want to change your world completely, but you know that that's going to come at a cost. And the cost is sacrifice, right? The cost is either you sacrifice yourself or you begin to sacrifice people around you. Because I feel like once you do fully accept who you are and you decide that you're just going to show people who you are, it's going to make your friend group feel some type of way. And we'll talk about that as well. Because it feels like there could be some loss and heartache in terms of the people that you hang out with. They might not necessarily be people who are interested in you speaking about all of those things that make them uncomfortable. I think that's one of the blocks to your Ace of Wands here. That's one of the blocks to this path. I think you're waiting to go on this new path with this Fool card here, but I feel like you're holding back. Yeah, you're holding back in this pause, waiting. Should I take the leap of faith or should I not? So we're going to go to the extended. If you'd like to be in the extended, you can find the link to the extended at the very top of all of the comments here. There is a pinned comment there, and please take a look. It does say join the membership. You can click on that link and join the membership for all of the extendeds that I do. And if you are interested in a private read, whether it is a live private read or one that is pre-recorded, please check the link for Hypsee. All of my pricing is there. All the packages I have are there. I just put in a new package that is actually quite reasonable if you have one question, and you can get that back in 48 hours. I'm going to go for now. I'll be in the extended. If you're going to be there, great. And if not, if this is where we part, that's cool too, because I'll be back next week. And you guys take care, and I love y'all. I'm going to go for now, Gemini. Thank you. Bye-bye.